Alright guys, welcome to my review of this week's WWE Monday Night Raw for September 24th, 2012. And this was a pretty entertaining show tonight. I liked a lot of this stuff. I didn't get bored or anything like that, which says a lot because it is 3 hours. However, I do fast forward through the commercials, so that definitely helps. But yeah, CM Punk was great here, just like he has been these past few Raws. And overall, it was an entertaining show. It starts off with Heyman and Punk in the ring. Punk sitting in a chair, and they demand to see the referee who gave Cena the win last week, even though Punk's foot was on the ropes. So the ref comes out, he apologizes, but they want him to resign. And this causes AJ Lee to come out. Punk insults her. He plays the clip of her proposing to him. Heyman and Punk laugh at her. They try to embarrass her. Heyman actually asks her to marry him and says he can come up with all the great ideas and she can take the credit. And I don't know if that was supposed to be a shot at Stephanie McMahon or what, but it does sound like there was a lot of heat between the two, legit, and back when Paul Heyman wasn't creative. I don't know if that's what he was referring to, but I think it sounded like a shot at Stephanie to me. And he says that he likes them young and dumb, and this causes AJ to slap him. Now, AJ Lee is not allowed to hit employees anymore. That was kind of one of the things about her being general manager after she attacked Vicky. I don't know if Paul Heyman falls into that category because I don't know if he's technically storyline and employee or not. But they could do something with that in the future. Backstage, AJ tells Brad the ref that she will make sure if he messes up again that he'll never work in this business. And then she kind of zones out and then she starts crying. So Punk kind of made her snap again. For Raw, we get JR on commentary since Lawler's still at home resting. And the first match is Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Vicky comes out. She gets splashed by Truth's water. He's doing the little Jimmy, feeding him popcorn and water or something, and he splashes Vicky. So the ref kicks out Vicky and Truth. And we get a great match. This was an awesome match. Dolph kicks out of the SOS and hits the zigzag for the win. This was a really good opener. I thought these two did a great job. I don't know if WWE was trying to test the waters of Dolph being out there without Vicky or what. But they didn't really need, Truth and Vicky at ringside. And I thought it helped the match. And Ziggler won, so I hope this continues for him. I know last week he beat Santino, and that's not really saying a lot, but he did beat Kofi here, who was one half of the tag team champions for a while, so hopefully they will continue his push. JR says we will hear from John Cena later. I know a lot of people didn't expect Cena because of the surgery. I was not one of those people. I knew that WWE cannot give this guy any time off. And that sucks for Cena, but it's their own fault. They built the company around the guy. No matter what's going on in his life when he was going through the divorce, and now this elbow surgery, the guy can't take time off. He can't miss any shows. And I knew he would be at Raw. He's going to continue to be on the shows, even though he's not wrestling, just to build up the match. And he should be fine by Hell in a Cell. I'm sure he's going to work the match and everything's going to go as planned. But for the next few weeks, expect Cena just to be there doing promos. I mean, don't think he's not going to be on Raw. Oh, and Chris Angel is the social media ambassador, if anybody cares about that. They kind of stopped doing those, or at least announcing who was the media ambassador for a while. And I was also wondering, where is Tout? They haven't really been doing the Tout thing. I'm not complaining about the lack of Tout. It just seemed weird because they were pushing that so hard, having fans send in your touts and everything, and now it's kind of like gone. Oh, but I'm sure it'll be back. Then we get Daniel Bryan and Kane. They got some more skits this week. Daniel Bryan and Dr. Shelby are at a diner, and Dr. Shelby has Kane working as a waiter to interact with Bryan. His name's Gerald or something. And I didn't really understand this because at the end of SmackDown, when they laid out all the other tag teams, I kind of thought that was Kane and Daniel Bryan getting along finally, like they're going to work as a, cohesive unit. But I guess they still have work to do or something. I don't know. It was weird, and it only gets weirder. Then we get the Primetime Players versus Santino and Zack Ryder. This was a very short match. Titus hits the sit-down spinebuster for the win. Not much else to it. Then we get Mick Foley, who comes out. And this was a great segment here. He basically says that he doesn't like the way Punk's been acting. Punk comes out. He asks if Foley is just there to plug a new book and is trying to stay relevant. And Foley says he's not here for that. And he used to be a Paul Heyman guy, but he had to make his own decisions, and he tells Punk not to trust Paul Heyman. He asks why Punk, who is a great talker, even needs a mouthpiece. And Foley starts talking about Hell in a Cell, which brought up a good point that Arabian Jesus left a comment on one of my videos about Mick Foley possibly being the special ref at Hell in a Cell. And I thought that was a great prediction because I could see that happening with the ref gimmick so far. The ref kind of made the match a draw at Night of Champions, and then another ref didn't see the foot on the ropes, so maybe they'll bring in a special ref for Hell in a Cell, and Foley was here tonight, and he has been in Hell in a Cell before, so I thought that was a great prediction from Arabian Jesus. And Foley wants him to show that he's the best by stepping into the cell with Cena. And Punk says that Cena told him the same thing, that if he left Boston, Cena's hometown, at Night of Champions, still the champion, he would prove that he really is the best in the world. And Punk says, I did it. I left, still champion. And he talks about how Foley would put his body on the line to earn the respect of the fans, and he destroyed his body for them, and Punk says he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to step in the cell to prove he's the best. And Foley starts telling him that people don't care about dates, they care about moments, and you don't want to be a statistic, you want to be a legend. And just a ton of great stuff here. He basically comes out and says that AJ told him that it's up to Punk whether he wants to do the match or not. He has to come and tell Cena later yes or no to his face. And that was it. That was the end of it, and I thought it was great. Then we get Miz versus Ryback. Ryback has the cut on his head. There was a house show recently where Ryback was wrestling, I think it was Jinder Mahal, and he got busted open. And from the looks of this cut, it was pretty bad. But apparently they stopped the match and made it a no contest, so Ryback is still technically undefeated. But you could definitely see the cut here. And this was an alright match, I guess. Typical Ryback stuff, except when he's getting ready to go for the clothesline, a fan jumps in the ring and security has to pull him out really quick. But this didn't really mess with Ryback at all. He just looked over and continued getting ready for the clothesline. And he hits Shell Shocked for the win. More Kane and Daniel Bryan. They're reenacting when Harry met Sally at the diner. This was very disturbing. And then it shows Mae Young, who says, I'll have whatever they're having. AJ tells the refs that everyone makes mistakes, and then Del Rio, Otunga, and Ricardo get put into a 6-man tag match against Sheamus, Mysterio, and Sin Cara. Ricardo's all excited about this. Wade Barrett versus Tyson Kidd. Barrett hits the elbow for the win. Business still isn't booming. I don't know what he was talking about a couple weeks ago when he said business would be booming, but it's not. And this is, I don't know. He definitely should have just came back and attacked someone. This return's just been very, very disappointing. Jerry Lawler comes on the Titantron to give us an update. He's not sure when he can return. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about this exactly, because it's come, this whole Jerry Lawler stuff with them having him come out on the screen and cut up video and stuff. I understand, you know, he's thanking the fans and stuff, and then Michael Cole's asking him these questions. Like, what's the last thing you remember? Like, why do we need to know that? It comes off as weird to me. I'm not saying they're trying to exploit Lawler, but it's starting to feel that way. And I don't know why. I don't know why they feel the need to do this. An update is fine. Jim Ross, Michael Cole, give us an update on Lawler, something like that. But to bother him at his home when his voice is still messed up just from having the tubes down his throat, which he said in the promo, I don't know, it just comes across as a little shady to me. It feels weird. And I'd rather they just let the guy rest, you know. Don't bother him with this crap. He's going to come back and he's going to do Raw, you know, every single week. I mean, let him have some time away. So then we get the 6-man tag match. Del Rio damn near unmasked Sin Cara here. I mean, I had to rewind it a couple times because you could see like a lot of his face. He didn't completely rip the mask off, but it was like up to here. And oh man, I don't know what he was thinking. He's wrestled luchadors. He should know better than that. And I feel like there is, you know, some truth to them having like legit heat with each other. But Sheamus gets the hot tag, and Ricardo's the legal man. Sheamus does the thing where he clubs Ricardo's chest, and then on the 10th one, because Ricardo's wrestling in his tuxedo, Sheamus rips the tuxedo shirt, and the buttons just all pop off. This was hilarious. But he rips the shirt. Rey Mysterio hits a 619. Sin Cara hits a swanton on him for the win. Afterwards, Sheamus bro kicks David Otunga because he's a bully. Back at the diner, Dr. Shelby has Kane try salad and Daniel Bryan try meatball, and you can hear a fan in the arena while they're playing this video say, "That's the spicy meatball." Oh my god, I laughed my ass off at that. But Kane lets out a fake burp, and Daniel Bryan pukes on Dr. Shelby. Check, please. That was it. So the fans get to vote for the name of the team of Daniel Bryan and Kane. Your options were Team Teamwork, Team Hell No, and Team Friendship. Now, I was thinking for sure Team Friendship here. And it kind of feels like WWE was rigging this, like giving us options that were so bad you had to pick Team Friendship. But no, Team Hell No won. So Kane and Daniel Bryan come out. They find out that their team is Team Hell No. And they get attacked from behind by Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow. Cody Rhodes goes and cuts a promo and says, "Let's talk real tag team names. Schwon't we?" That's what he said. Schwon't we? But he says the name of the team for Rhodes and Sandow is Team Rhodes Scholars. I don't like that at all. I actually like Duke Sports 6881 left a comment and says he thinks they should name them Roads to Enlightenment. And I thought that was a much better name than Rhodes Scholars. But I do have to say I like the new Damien Sandow t-shirt. So Eve and Beth Phoenix versus Layla and Alicia Fox, even though Alicia Fox was on the heel team a few weeks ago. And apparently Beth Phoenix is retiring. She doesn't want to wrestle anymore. So WWE has killed another person's love of wrestling. She's going to be there till the end of October though, and Eve hits the neck breaker on Alicia for the win. Caitlyn comes out, or hobbles out on crutches, and she says that she has the security footage from her getting attacked, but she can only see the person's hair and it's blonde. So Eve accuses Beth. Beth says it wasn't me, and then Eve hits a neck breaker on her. Then we get Brodus Clay versus Tensai. Tensai does not have Sakamoto with him, and Brodus still cannot get his pants off. I really expected the Job Squad to come out here, you know, Slater, Jinder Mahal, and McIntyre, but they didn't. Instead, Big Show returned. He knocks out Tensai, and then he knocks out Brodus. So technically, Tensai won the match, although they didn't tell us this. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but technically he did win. And then Cena comes out. He calls Punk a bunch of PG names, son of a bee sting or something. It was so cheesy. He guarantees that he's going to walk into Hell in a Cell to fight. CM Punk with Paul Heyman comes out, and Punk tells Cena that he should be a politician. Punk says he's not facing Cena at Hell in a Cell. He mentions Cena getting a ton of title shots, and Punk tells Cena to run. And if he sees Cena when he turns around, he's going to hurt him. So Punk turns around and starts counting 5, 4, and then when he turns back around, Cena hits him in the stomach with a lead pipe. This causes Punk to leave the ring, and then Cena says, "Now that's what I call a pipe bomb." Oh, God. Oh, and that was it. Cena shakes hands with some fans. And I have to mention this sign. There is a fan with a sign. And it says Cena, C-E-N-A. And it says, C, cute smile. Extremely hot. Nice body. Adorable. I saw that and I was like, I had to pause it. I had to write that down. It was just, oh man. Too good. So anyways, we see Punk backstage and he walks by Foley and then he kicks Foley and then he turns around and he sees someone and he acts all scared. And then when the camera shows us who he's looking at, it's Ryback, who's breathing really hard. And yeah, what the hell does this mean? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm supposed to get from this. Punk was scared of Ryback, and Ryback was pissed off, I guess, because he put his hands on Foley. I'm thinking maybe a filler opponent while Cena rests up, and then Cena comes back to do Hell in a Cell. But they can't have Punk do the job to Ryback. And are they going to just end Ryback's streak and have Punk beat him to make Punk look even better going against Cena? I mean, I really don't see how this is a good idea. Like, they could have someone else as a filler opponent, but Ryback, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to get from this. I really don't know what direction they're going to go. I guess we'll have to wait to see what they do next week. I mean, they may not do anything with it. But it definitely looked like they were trying to set something up here. So anyways, that was it. That's my review of this week's Monday Night Raw. This was a good show. A lot of entertaining stuff here. And a few, you know, wacky moments. The diner stuff was kind of goofy, but it was still entertaining. And the Ryback thing was a surprise. Big Show came back. So, yeah, overall I did enjoy this week's show. So, anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Leave your thoughts on this week's Raw in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye.